Welcome to Life on Maui. I'm your host, Stephen Freid. Like Jon Stewart said, I have a bit of the bubons this week, so if you hear a little frog or a gecko in my throat, you'll know what it is. My guest for today is Lei'ohu Ryder, and she has done a lot to help people on Maui and around the world. She uses the power of aloha and gratitude, and we're happy to have her on the show. Welcome to the show, Lei'ohu.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure
to
be here with you in this time.
I've been wanting to have you on the show for about 3 years, and ironically, someone from Malibu, California said, I really would like to see her on the show, and that was the impetus. So all the way from Malibu, here you are.
So mahalo to Malibu.
Yeah, there you go. Would you describe what aloha in action is?
Yes, for many years, myself and many of my friends, my partner, and I have been in service to many various projects on Maui, island-wide, statewide, as well as globally. And for about the past year and a half, we decided to go global. And this is something that many everywhere are doing. There's a kind of a wake-up, an awakening, so to speak. And we decided to create a website and create a life force of love called Aloha in Action. And simply it's serving aloha, the spirit, the generosity of aloha, to support those who are suffering, or to rebalance more equitably, I will say, more generously, the imbalance that we find across many areas in our community and many lands that are distant from these shores, but nevertheless in great need of aloha in many forms.
And what does jumping over the tea leaf mean?
Jumping over the tea leaf is our expression that means a leap of faith. And about 5-6 years ago, Medina and I decided to jump over this tea leaf and take a leap of faith and trust that being in service to humanity, being in service to aloha, and allowing the call of our heart to be devoted into this passion that we find our life in, to let go of our jobs and to simply serve aloha in whatever that meant, and to begin to offer in the ways that we bring our gifts to the world, as well as others, invite others in and share with others, how we can serve, how we can help. Many times people feel that they have to have lots and lots of finances in order to do anything. And a simple prayer, sitting down and being fully present to embrace another who's unhappy or needs something is aloha. So this jumping over the tea leaf is a kind of testimony to allowing love to guide and faith to inspire the passion in service. And so when you jump over the tea leaf, you're trusting that all is well, and that the journey ahead every moment brings many more wonderful surprises, and foreseeable hurdles are simply blessings in disguise. And so many of us, we want so much to do something, to live our passion. And jumping over the tea leaf simply gives us permission, whether there are small leaps or gigantic leaps. We often find ourselves in great awareness and inspiration, and where does it lead? And so our term for letting go was simply to jump over the tea leaf and see where it would lead us.
I love it. So you're saying, I think you said 5, 6 years ago, 6, 7?
Yes, yes.
You and your partner, Maydeen?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Made the leap of faith, the jumping over the tea leaf.
Yes.
And prior
yes.
to that, what were you doing?
I was teaching at EL school, and Maydeen was working at a hotel in Kaanapali Beach. And, we had been doing many things, caring for Kukui Puka and...
What is that?
Kukui Puka is a pu'uhonua on the island of Maui, a place of healing and refuge, a place where a cultural significance where many come to offer prayers and to heal. And we were called there with another friend, Akoni Akana, to make prayers, and about 20 years ago. And when we were called there in spirit, I will say, it's so funny because we think we're going to clean a heiau, we're going to restore it. But what happened was it restored us. It restored our faith. It restored our aloha. It restored our mahalo. And so we are the grandmothers. We are the kahus, the caretakers of this beautiful space in Kahalavai by Camp Maluhia. And so we were doing many, many things, working full time and being called in service to not only our Maui community, but the world community. We began to be invited to many, many places by elders, by various indigenous or spiritual communities. And so that call grew into a flowering, so to speak, of more this internal call, not so much the external, but the internal call to rise and to offer our heart of aloha in service. And it's not us bringing love to anyone. It's not us bringing aloha to anyone. It is simply us recognizing that each one has something to give. So it's allowing another, really, when you go and you offer your embrace, it's giving the other one permission also to embrace us. Because many times when people feel that they have nothing, they don't realize their own power of love. Many times they are wounded and they have disconnected from their own love. And so this love becomes a reciprocal thing. And so it's given, when we give ourselves permission to help, then the other remembers their own love, and we offer their gift back to ours. They give a gift, we give a gift, and then all is beautiful. All is inspiring and supports the whatever it is, whether it's food, clothing, shelter, water, whatever it is.
You say that our spirit is our body.
Yes.
And I'd like to hear you elaborate on that.
What I mean when I say our spirit is our body is that we are in physical form, and our minds, our body, and our heart are our spirit. And as co-creators, as part of the divine, part of the Creator, we have come here to this paradise called Earth to expand and be more of our spirit in physicality. So that's all I mean by that, in order for us to experience our spirit, we must be in this beautiful, beautiful package that we come with to offer our gifts to our planet and to serve the life force that is everywhere.
For people be watching around the world, what is a heiau?
A heiau is a temple. It's a Hawaiian word for sacred site, a temple. And so when I speak of Kukui Puka heiau, Kukui means the light, and Puka is a portal, a doorway. Kukui Puka Heiau, it's a temple that connects to the divine, the doorway to the light. And so on this beautiful pu'u, this beautiful mound, this beautiful mountaintop, the prayers of many are sent out, and the prayers for peace and justice and healing of the internal struggles or family struggles, whatever it is a place for people to remember their authentic expression of love and life, and to offer prayer. And so it's a reminder of the past of these islands that hold so many beautiful wisdoms. And like many other lands everywhere, you have many beautiful places where the spiritualists and prayed and offered whatever it was. Kukui Puka is simply one remembrance. And so we, as those caretakers of that sacred land, are those teachers that take care of it, take care of this place. And there are actually many who come from many lands to pray there and to be with us in celebration and ceremony and cleanups as well. And they too become inspired to serve Aloha. In fact, Aloha in action is not, Aloha is a universal global word, and it's also got energy. And wherever we travel throughout the world, Aloha is definitely the vibration that invites people to remember the love in themselves too. So it's quite a blessing to have many involved with us in Aloha in Action. We have a young man in Germany building the website. We have different ones that we're helping in our island Maui community, Lanai, as well as Pakistan and Africa and America. So it's just beginning to, trickle out and become more of a, something real in our social networking. Another offering to invite our world to come and play and support in the ways that they choose to support Aloha in action, taking action in whatever people choose, in their communities. It's so simple. It's so simple.
I think you'd be the first to say what a special place Maui is.
Oh, absolutely.
And, oh boy, it's been my experience. You offer what you call a Maui Immersion.
Yes.
What is that?
A Maui Immersion is a 5-day, usually it's a 5-day journey where people come from all over the world and our island community, and we simply immerse ourselves in Maui, the island, using the cultures, the culture, the protocols, and the gifts of the natural environment to play in nature's playground here and to reconnect with the self. Sometimes it's healing, sometimes it's a journey for whatever reasons people are drawn here. But I am simply the voice and the tour guide, so to speak, that supports each one's journey to immerse in Maui. Many people will come and they will sign up for various activities at a activity desk, whether they're in a hotel or lahaina. But a Maui immersion is a kind of hidden immersion that invites a more deeper journey of spirit, I will say, to experience authentically what the bones and aloha of this land that sometimes we can't even articulate it, but we know that the divine presence is there. And so it's through Maui's eyes and those ancient ones that were our teachers. Embrace the diversity of the world, the different bloods that come in, and we simply go to various sites and do protocols and prayers and, celebrate tears and are never the same after.
What would it be like? You've described it a little bit, but what would somebody actually hope to expect, or what would it look like if somebody came for a Maui transformation? Where would they stay? What would they be doing? Tough question.
It's a question that is rote, and what I mean by that is there's the big E, the big expectation. And Maui is an adventure. Maui is about jumping over the tea leaf. A Maui immersion is about this leap of faith, trusting that for 5 days you are going to discover surprise and love in your life, and to connect with those parts of ourselves that we often do not wish to see. We keep it in the shadows. And so there's always this expectation that I will be healed, this expectation that I will be more spiritual. But a Maui immersion comes with no expectations. A very gentle, safe, beautiful, loving space is created through protocol and the heart of Maui and the doorway of Kukui Puka. And people enter into this space, they travel together. Sometimes they know each other, sometimes they don't. But after the 5-day experience, they are never the same. And so from moment to moment to moment, there is no agenda. The gravitational pull of the heart, the leap of faith over that tea leaf empowers each one. So from Mauka to Makai, from the holy mountains of our land, from Haleakala to Kahalavai, into the beautiful pristine waters, and all that is in between, from Iao Valley and on and on and on, we immerse in the integrity and the authentic root of this aina that feeds us, this land that feeds us. And we experience something very rich and profound that only the heart realizes that it has hungered for but didn't know after. So if people want schedules, I give them a schedule just to make the mind ease. Are there books to read? No. Are there papers to write? No. And if people want books and papers, that is not what I offer. What we offer in a Maui immersion is an immersion into the life force and the adventure of the blessings that come when you leap without expectation, let the love renew our authentic compass as life.
I'm very glad I asked the second question.
Yes.
So you could elaborate on that. That was wonderful. You started Aloha in Action, and you've brought it to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
You've brought it, speak about some of the actual experiences you've had as you've gone to other countries.
Okay, about a year ago, we went to the Philippines, and to take, they had the flooding, and we took some educational supplies, clothing, food, and we visited schools and communities in some of the most impoverished areas of the Philippines. And what Aloha in Action is about is developing relationships with people that know their own needs. It's not about us looking at someone who is hungry or making judgments about poverty. We are equals here. And so what we brought was simply support to what people need. And so the flooding victims, some of these people lived in the what they call the garbage dumps of Manila, where about 500 trucks a day were driving into this dump area, and people would be sifting through the garbage. And over there, they were
looking for what they could use.
Yeah, and it's a lifestyle. They live there at the dump in order to survive.
Yeah.
And there are schools there that we brought supplies to and whatnot. And what was so beautiful is, we brought the supplies, but what we received was their love. And so it was an even exchange. That what the children taught me was that sure, they might need clothing, they might need food and supplies, but they have large quantities of love. And that love fed me, their gift of love. And so anyway, we gave them, and the schools, the children, their families, we offered them certain supplies, support, rice, various kinds of things. And to simply give it, because they know what they need. Many times there's some kind of a catch to everything. Many times I found that it doesn't go directly to those that are the neediest. And so what Aloha in Action is about is developing relationships with the people in the various areas and simply giving them whatever it is and letting them take care of what they need to do, because they know what they need. So we visited schools in the Manila garbage site. We spent time with the tribe up in the mountains of Mindanao. We had a whole cultural exchange. We brought the children supplies there. And this is a tribe that is taking charge of their own destiny. They have very little support, I'm going to say, from the government. So their elders are teaching the children. And it's in such a rural area. And again, it was this whole exchange of love. So in essence, they called us in spirit. Their love called us. Sure, there are needs, and that's simply a way of offering to allow us to give something. But what we receive in return is this full exchange of love. And I think, people might say love, it's a cliche, but so many people have forgotten their own power of love, their own aloha inside their own being. When we remind each other that we have love, then we are fed, and that we can manifest anything, because we are not without anything. Even if we're hungry, we have love, we have everything. And I think we have been taught to hide that part of ourselves. And in the most poverty-stricken areas of our beautiful earth, there are so many hungry that have forgotten the love, that they have love. They do have something to give, even if they are hungry, even if they don't have a lot of food or water. And there's so much, horror. Love can transcend and transform. So the Philippines is just one example of Aloha in Action. We have also given money to a school in Africa, in Kenya, and to support some of the youth activities there. And it's not limited to poverty there. There are kupuna right here on our beautiful island that need glasses, that need tires for cars. Kupuna are our elders. Mm-hmm. And there are families. We cannot go anywhere or reading the paper without knowing that there is need. So, in the moment, different ones will come. Maybe somebody has a refrigerator that they're not using, and then maybe in the next moment, a family's fridge breaks down. We make that connection in whatever it is.
You redistribute the wealth.
Yes.
That's a wonderful. Yes. It's a wonderful thing.
So we invite people to, 2 or 3 people in the communities to just have tea, get together, and kind of talk about, okay, what do we need? So many times we think everybody else has to do it for us, but we are great providers. We are a great community that has so many resources. available to us. And this is just simply one way. So we're inviting the world to come and play, to live that passion. That's all. We're not converting anybody to be like us. We all do it in our ways. And so this is just one way, aloha in action. That's all. In whatever way we do it, anyone does it, it's all good.
You say healing occurs when we give permission to love and trust ourselves, and that we're here to live our passion.
Yes.
Not to labor.
Yes.
What do you think?
When we give ourselves permission to be who we are, to live our passion, to stop hiding behind whatever the story is, when we give ourselves permission to jump over that tea leaf and to be authentic, to live, that's the greatest healing, because all the walls that have separated us from ourselves, not so much from anybody else, but the walls that we have created internally dissolve. Yeah, and we are healed. Healing is allowing. Healing is giving ourselves permission to be free and to reconnect with that deep, authentic part of ourselves that is the love. That is that spirit of aloha. And in a moment, in an instant, we are automatically healed. We struggle so much between mind, body, and heart. We give more credit to our mind, for certain decisions. And sometimes we're not happy with our bodies. And we separate our mind, our body, and heart. When we give ourselves permission to invite the mind, the body, and heart to be together as love, that communication, that communion allows us to heal in a manner that only we determine. So, to separate mind, body, and heart, how can we do that? How is that possible if we are spirit, if we are spiritual beings here on this planet to celebrate and evolve as love? We weren't put here to labor and to struggle about why am I here. We were put here, or we chose to come here, not put here. We chose to come here because we knew that we could play and experience and expand as life, as humanity, as love. And what we have created is this illusion of boxes that separate, this is my social life, this is my academic life, this is my business life. And we have compartmentalized so much of our beingness that we have forgotten why we are here. And that is simply to truly live our passion in celebration as loving, caring humanity with all life, with all diversities. It's not some pipe dream, it is the reality. And when we get that lesson, then we just move in such a beautiful, gentle way. Giving myself permission to jump over that tea leaf. Yeah, there are moments I get scared. There are moments when I judge too. And there are moments when I create this imaginary illusion that something's going to happen to me. And then when these things come up, I say, oh, okay, it's all right, but let us proceed with the heart. Let us proceed with the heart. And let's see, let me stretch a little bit more outside of my imaginary box and the culture that I have come from. Let's keep going here. And let's see where this discomfort that is truly a blessing leads me. And so that's part of jumping over the tea leaf. That's allowing yourself to love everyone, to have these experiences and not hide yourself because you're afraid that you're going to get hurt. You know? I think living your passion means sometimes we will cry. Sometimes we will have to tell another beloved one, you've hurt me. But that is why I'm here. You know, not to give you permission to hurt me, but to give you insight into healing your own wounds as well.
Well, you also make yourself available to people for private sessions.
Private sessions, blessings.
You do blessings, weddings. You are a musician. You have some CDs available.
Yes.
So speak about that, and also in closing, what do you see coming up for yourself?
Well, I see more celebration. I see more people being invited into Aloha in Action. We're inviting all of you out there to come and play with us. And if you don't want to play with us, go find others to go celebrate with. It's all fine. I see more community. I see for myself more living authentically from the aloha that is me, from the love that is me, and being very gentle and with myself, and ever evolving, you know, ever evolving like everybody else. I don't see myself as more or less than anyone. We are all equals here. And I do believe that one last thing is I really want to focus on the children, because I was a school teacher. And it is the children that are, when we feed them this kind of love and reconnect them knowing that they are loved, they are the ones that are going to make the big changes that 2012 is inviting us to come into. It is the ones that are on the planet now. They might be born, but their soul has not been touched in a way where they let go of all the illusions and boxes that, you know, we have complicated our lives with. So I invite you children to come and play with us as well. Ah,
beautiful. Well, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed having you on the show today.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
As Kathy, our friend from Malibu, said, it will be an aloha experience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Mahalo.
Mahalo. So that's it for this episode of Life on Maui. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And until next time, aloha.
Call me crazy, but